Hello students, welcome to the next lecture of building construction subject. In our today's lecture, we are going to start the new chapter from the syllabus, that is unit number 4, building communication and ventilation. This chapter carries 12 marks. So, in this whole chapter, we are going to discuss about horizontal communication, that is doors, then windows, fixtures and fastenings, window sill, lintel, chajja, then vertical communication. In the vertical communication, we are going to study about staircase, ramp, lift, elevator and escalators. So, in this whole chapter, we are going to study the horizontal communication, vertical communication and ventilation in the structure. So, in the horizontal communication, the doors plays an important role into the horizontal communication. The horizontal communication means we are going to transfer from one room to another. We are going to move from one room to the another room. For that purpose, we are using the doors. For the proper ventilation of the building, we are going to provide the windows at various positions. The fixtures and fastenings are needed to set these doors and windows at its positions. Then window sill, lintel and chajja. These are the important parts in the construction of windows and doors also. Then in the vertical communication means when we are moving from one floor to another floor. At that time we are moving the vertical direction. So for that purpose we are using staircase, ramp, lifts, elevators and escalators. So now we will see one by one. So starting with the horizontal communication, in this horizontal communication we are going to study about the doors. First of all, the definition and the function of the door. So the definition of door is a door may be defined as an openable barrier or as a framework of the wood, steel, aluminium, glass or a combination of these materials secured in a wall opening. So, the door is defined as it is an openable barrier, so which can be opened and closed, or it is a framework of the wood, steel, aluminium, glass, or the combination of these. So, whatever the barrier we are going to provide into the structure, that barrier it may be the framework of wood, steel, aluminium, or the glass or the combination of these materials which is secured into the wall opening. So whatever the wall openings we are going to provide, that wall openings are closed or these are made openable with the help of the openable barriers. So these are known as the doors. Then what are the functions of the doors? So, it is provided to give access to the inside of the room of the building. So, the main function of the door is to provide the access into the inside of the room. So, when we are moving from inside to outside or outside to inside, at that time, that openable access, it will give us a permission to move inside or outside of the room. Then second, it serves as a connecting link between the various internal portions of the building. Now, in the building, we are constructing the various portions like hall, kitchen, bedrooms, washrooms, then storerooms or puja ghar. So these are the various parts of our building. So these parts, these are connected with the helps of doors. So the privacy of that room that is also maintained with the help of door as well as the horizontal communication or the connection between these internal portions that is maintained with the help of a door. Then the next, that is the lightning and the ventilation of the doors or the rooms. So the lightning and ventilations of the room, for this purpose also the doors are very much important into the building, as the doors provide a opening into the structure. It will be able to transfer the air from inside to outside and outside to inside, as well as in the lightning also it helps us to give a proper lightning into the structure. So this helps us into the lightning and ventilation of the doors. The next function of the door is to admit the ventilation and light. So, whenever the daylight is there, for the daylight or sunlight to admit that light into the structure or to admit that light into the room, the door plays an important role. As well as into the ventilation purpose also, the door plays an important role. As the door is openable, the air can circulate it from outside to the inside. So this admits the ventilation and light into the structure. Now the next, that is control the physical atmosphere within a space by enclosing it, including air drafts, so that the interiors may be more effectively heated or cooled. So, as per the physical atmosphere present or the physical environment present near about the structure, according to that, that can be the interiors of the structure, the heat or the cool, the temperature of the structure that can be maintained with the help of doors and windows. Now the next, that they act as a barrier to the noise. So as we know, whenever the doors are closed, the noise cannot enter into the room or the structure. So it will act as a barrier for the noise. Next, used to screen areas of the building for aesthetic purpose, keeping formal and utility areas separate. So it can also be used as a separator in between the formal and utility areas, keeping in separate conditions. So these are the various functions and the definition of the door. Okay, so door म्हणजे काय, तर हे एक ओपनेबल बॅरियर आहे, म्हणजे ज्याला आपण ओपन करू शकतो किंवा क्लोज करू शकतो. आणि हे काय आहे, एक फ्रेमवर्क आहे कशाचं, इट इज मेड अप ऑफ वूड, स्टील, ॲल्युमिनियम, ग्लास किंवा या सगळ्याचं कॉम्बिनेशन असणार आहे. देन फंक्शन ऑफ द डोअर्स म्हणजे काय, तर डोअर काय काय फंक्शनिंग करतं आपल्या बिल्डिंगमध्ये, तर त्याचं पहिलं फंक्शन आहे टू गिव्ह द ॲक्सेस, म्हणजे आपल्या रूममध्ये येण्यासाठी किंवा जाण्यासाठी आपल्याला जो काही ॲक्सेस महत्त्वाचा आहे तो ॲक्सेस देण्याचं काम काय करतं, डोअर करतं. सेकंड, इट सर्व्स ॲज अ कनेक्टिंग लिंक बिटवीन द व्हेरियस इंटरनल पोर्शन ऑफ द बिल्डिंग, म्हणजे जे काही बिल्डिंगचे इंटरनल पोर्शन्स आहेत, वेगवेगळे जे काही रूम आहेत, त्या रूमना एकमेकांना कनेक्ट करण्यासाठी सुद्धा आपण डोअर्स वापरतो. नेक्स्ट, दॅट इज द लाइटनिंग अँड व्हेंटिलेशन ऑफ द रूम. रूमचं प्रॉपर लाइटनिंग आणि व्हेंटिलेशन, म्हणजे रूममध्ये प्रॉपर उजेड आहे का नाही, लाईट आहे का नाही, प्रॉपर रूममध्ये एअरचं सर्क्युलेशन आहे का नाही, त्याच्यासाठी सुद्धा डोअर्स हे इम्पॉर्टंट असतात. नेक्स्ट, जे काय आपलं बाहेरचं ॲटमॉस्फिअरिक कंडिशन आहे, जे काय आपलं बाहेरचं फिजिकल ॲटमॉस्फिअरिक कंडिशन आहे, अकॉर्डिंग टू दॅट फिजिकल ॲटमॉस्फिअरिक कंडिशन्स आपल्या रूममधलं जे इंटरनल टेम्परेचर आहे दॅट मेंटेन करण्याचं काम सुद्धा डोअर्स करतात. नेक्स्ट, इट ॲक्ट ॲज अ बॅरियर टू द नॉईस, म्हणजे बाहेरचं जे काही नॉईस आहे ते आतमध्ये येऊ नये यासाठी आपण डोअर्स क्लोज करतो. सो इट विल ॲक्ट ॲज अ बॅरियर टू द noise. Okay, and lastly that it is useful in keeping the formal and utility areas separate. Okay, now the next point, that is the location of door into the building. So the location of door in a building, the number should be kept as minimum. It should meet the functional requirements. It should preferably be located at the corner of the room, nearly 20 cm from the corner. And if in the room more than two doors are there, they shall be located facing each other. ओके. आता डोअरचं लोकेशन कसं असावं बिल्डिंगमध्ये, सर त्यासाठी पहिली जी कंडिशन आहे ती काय आहे, तर डोअरचे जे काही नंबर्स आहेत, द नंबर ऑफ डोअर्स वॉट एव्हर वी आर गोइंग टू प्रोव्हाइड इन टू द स्ट्रक्चर, that number should be minimum. Second, it should meet the functional requirement. म्हणजे डोअरची जी काही फंक्शनल रिक्वायरमेंट आहे ती रिक्वायरमेंट that should be satisfied with the door position. Next, it should preferably be located at the corner of the room, nearly 20 cm from the corner. म्हणजे जनरली जे काही डोअर्स आपण प्रोव्हाइड करतो ते डोअर्स कुठं असावेत, तर एका वॉलच्या कॉर्नरला असावेत किंवा त्या रूमच्या कॉर्नरला असावेत. पण एक्झॅक्टली कॉर्नरला आपण ते प्रोव्हाइड करतो का, नाही. तर कॉर्नर पासून एक 20 सेंटीमीटरचं डिस्टन्स ठेवून मग आपण डोअर्स प्रोव्हाइड करतो. नेक्स्ट, इन द रूम इफ मोर दॅन 2 डोअर्स आर देअर, म्हणजे एका रूमला जर आपण 2 डोअर्स प्रोव्हाइड करणार असू तर ते जे काही दोन डोअर्स आहेत ते एकमेकांना फेसिंग असावेत, सो दॅट त्या रूमची जी काही फंक्शनिंग आहे किंवा त्या रूमचं जे काही प्रायव्हसी आहे दॅट शुड नॉट बी डिस्टर्ब. ओके, सो दॅट इज द लोकेशन ऑफ द डोअर इन टू द बिल्डिंग. Now the next, that is the components of the door. Okay, so there are two main components of the door. One, that is the door frame, and second, that is the door shutter. Okay, first we will see the door frame. डोअर फ्रेम म्हणजे काय, तर दरवाजा बसवण्यासाठी आपण ही जी काही त्याची साईडची फ्रेम उभी करतो दॅट इज द डोअर फ्रेम. आता या डोअर फ्रेमचे वेगवेगळे पार्ट्स आहेत. ओके, सो पहिला आहे दॅट इज द होल्ड फास्ट, म्हणजे त्याचे जे काही सेंटर, आता हे तुम्हाला तिन्ही ठिकाणी बाहेर आलेले अँगल लाईक स्ट्रक्चर दिसत आहेत. ओके, इकडच्या साईडला पण आहेत आणि इकडं पण आहेत. तर याला काय म्हणायचं, होल्ड फास्ट. तर हे आपण कशासाठी प्रोव्हाइड करतो, तर ती जी काही आपली डोअर फ्रेम आहे ती वॉलमध्ये प्रॉपरली इन्सर्ट करण्यासाठी आपण डोअर होल्ड फास्ट यूज करतो. सेकंड आहे ते जाम्प किंवा पोस्ट, म्हणजे डोअरचा हा जो काही डोअर फ्रेमचा हा वर्टिकल जो पोर्शन आहे दॅट इज द नोन ॲज जाम्प और द पोस्ट. द हेड ऑफ द डोअर फ्रेम, द टॉपमोस्ट पोर्शन, देन here again a rivet, so the whatever the chamfered portion we are going to provide to that frame, it is known as a rivet. Okay, so this is known as the door frame. So the first component of the door, that is the door frame, in which we are going to fix the door shutter. Okay, now this is the second component of the door shutter. Okay, so door shutter, this is made up of bottom rail, top rail, okay, then freeze rail. So whatever centrally intermediate rails, those are provided, those are known as a freeze rail. Then intermediate rails, then the stiles and the panels. Okay, so these are the structure of the door shutter. Now we will see the whole components of the door. So in the wall we have fixed this door frame. To this door frame we have fixed this door shutter. Okay, so the parts of door shutters are mentioned here: bottom rail, top rail, panel, lock style, then bore hole, then hinges which are provided to fix this door shutter to the door frame, then various hinge styles are there, then stop moldings are there. So these are the various parts of the door or the components of the doors. Now the sizes of the doors. Okay, so the doors are there for the various types of the rooms. We have fixed the sizes of the doors. Generally these sized doors are provided into the structure. The common width and height relation between the door is mentioned over here. So width of the door, it should be equal to 0.4 to 0.6 of the height, and height of the door, that should be equal to width plus 1.2 meters. Okay, so this is the standard relation between the width and the height of the doors. And then general sizes which are used into the structure, that is for the first residential purpose, external door that should be of 1 by 2 or 1.1 by 2 meter. Internal door that should be of 0.9 to 2 to 1.0 by 2 meters. Bathroom and WCs, these are generally provided of the sizes 0.7 by 2 meters or 0.8 by 2 meters. The garages for the cars, generally the size of shutter or the door which is provided, that is 2.25 meter by 2.25 meters to 2.40 by 2.25 meters. Okay. So generally the external and internal doors, the height is same about 2 meter. For each and every doors, the height of the door that is same kept 2 meters, and the width that is going to be changed. Okay, and for the garages and the cars, the width and height both are going to be changed. In the public buildings, the doors may be provided of 1.2 meter by 2 meters, or 1.2 by 2.1 meter, or 1.2 by 2.25 meters. So the common criteria for the sizes of the doors used in India is width is equal to zero point 0.4 into height, or height is equal to width plus 1.2 meter. So these are the common criteria which is used into the India, and the sizes for the various doors used into the building structure. Now the next, for the door frames and for the door shutter, what are the various materials which can be used? For the door frames, the material used may be of timber, steel, aluminium, concrete or stone. So the whatever the door frame which we are going to fix into the wall, that door frame, it should be made up of timber, steel, aluminium, concrete and stone. And the material for the shutter, that is of timber, plywood, glass or the block. So these are the materials which are used for the door frames and door shutters. Now the next point, that is the types of the doors. Today we just list out the types of the doors. In the next lecture we will discuss each and every type in detail. Okay. So the first type of the door, that is the paneled door, then batten door, flush door, collapsible door, rolling shutters, revolving doors and glazed doors. So according to the structure of the door, the types of doors are classified, or the doors are classified into these 7 categories. So what type of door, what is the opening style of that door? So according to that, we are dividing the doors into various types. Okay. So today we will stop over here. So in this lecture we have discussed about the definition and functions of the doors, then the components of the doors, then the door frame and door shutter, and we just listed out the types of the doors. So today we will stop over here. Thank you.